whether you're buying or selling a house, you have to have the title company, right? So I figured, hey, let me introduce you to Sabre West. She can answer all of your title questions. And we're here at Fidelity. Let's go check it out. Hey, Sabre, how you doing?
Hello,
Hey,
welcome.
hey.
This is our lovely waiting room, so hopefully you'll be here closing soon. And you'll see our lovely Bree.
Hello.
She's gonna
Hey,
get
Bree.
you all settled in with your, your drinks and snacks and in the right room. So that's
There you go.
important. Hey guys,
Awesome.
I'm Sabre West with Fidelity National Title. We are a residential and commercial title company located here in Houston. I work on our north side offices, the Woodlands and Spring. However, like I said, we are a national title company. So we handle your real estate closings. But in order to get to the closing table, we issue title insurance. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about what happens behind the scenes and what exactly title insurance is. So title insurance protects against the loss of value and hazards and defects that may exist on the title. So basically, it works backwards from your standard property and car insurance, whereas that is assuming risks. We're working to eliminate risks prior to getting to the closing table. Some of those risks may include fraud, forged signatures on the deed, undisclosed errors, if there's any liens that may not have been cleared, so that when you are closing on typically what is the biggest investment of one's life, you have peace of mind knowing that it's got a clear title behind it. The insurance is there for the purpose of if anybody did come up to claim anything against the property, that will cover the court costs in defending your property. So it's a one-time fee, and in Texas, typically paid by the seller, and the price is based on the sales price. So I wanted to cover today the kind of process and where we come in the home buying and selling steps. So typically as a buyer, you're going to first visit with your loan officer. You want to make sure you can afford houses before you start looking at them. So we all know how that is. We want a little more than we can sometimes. So you're going to first visit with your loan officer, so you have a budget to go off of. Then of course you're going to be searching with your realtor. From the realtor, you're going to find your dream home, and then I kind of come in play. So you've got your executed contract, which means all terms have been negotiated between the realtors and parties, and you're ready, you're under contract. So we will receive the contract at that point, along with earnest money. Earnest money check is made out to the title company, typically for 1% of the sales price here in Texas. So we're gonna deposit that into an escrow account, as we are a neutral third party between everyone involved, between buyer, seller, realtors, loan officer. We're gonna be the one communicating with everybody throughout. And so once we receive the contract, on the buy side, you're worried about inspections and things. We are also in that time working to search, we're doing the title search. So it takes about 3 to 5 business days to get a title commitment back. That is our commitment to issue title insurance on these conditions. So once we get that back, that basically lines out our homework until closing. So we're working to see if there's any liens on the property, make sure that the sellers are actually the sellers that are on the contract, and then we're ordering the HOA. We're ordering home warranty if necessary. So we're working behind the scenes on those types of orders until closing day, so which is standard about 30 days, and then you'll come into a room like this and sit down and today I wanted to cover buyer side closing fees, some fees that you may not expect or may not remember that are involved in purchasing a home. So prior to getting to the closing table, and once you've got your executed contract, you will be, you have to write your typically in Texas, it's standard of 1% of the sales price earnest money. That is written to Fidelity National Title. We will hold it in an escrow account throughout the transaction, and it would be credited back to you prior to closing. You also will have an option fee. The option fee goes to the seller. That's about $10 a day. You can look at typically a 10-day option period, quite possibly and that's basically a promise to the seller that you are a serious buyer. So that's another check. Those 2 checks are going to come out up front, and then you kind of get into the bulk of the fees. So once you get to closing, you're going to be looking at half of the escrow fee. An escrow fee can vary vary, but on average about $350 to $500 per office. That's going to vary between title companies, but they are very competitive. So then you're also going to be looking at your lender title policy and their fees. That on average can run about $3,000. That includes your appraisal, which is about $500. You've also got, if you're going to escrow, if you're going to have points, that will change. So Peter will talk about that more in detail on another video, but I just wanted to give you an average today. On the closing side, you're also going to be looking at some documentation prep. That's about $250. Tax prorations. From the point that you acquire the property to the end of the year, you'll be prorated from the seller for the time that they've lived in it, and then you'll be responsible at the end of the year to pay the remaining of the taxes, but that will be part of your closing costs for the time being. You have recording charges also for us to make sure that the property is transferred over appropriately. You also have your homeowner's insurance that will need to be escrowed. And I believe Scott has done a video on some specific fees there for you, and another one. So we also have home warranty. If that's a negotiable item, typically about $500. That, if the seller's not paying, would be a buyer's charge. You also have the homeowner transfer fee, typically about $150. And inspections. Inspections are about $400 to $500 to keep. So keep that in mind. And I know all those can vary, and when you get more specific and get dialed into a property, we can always do a net sheet to break the numbers out exactly for you. But on average, those are some fees to keep in mind when you are looking to purchase a home. So if you have questions, give us a call. Thank you.
I hope you found this information very helpful to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, like, hit the notification button, and if you'd like to see any other videos, please let me know. Just leave it in the comment section. Thank you so much again for tuning in. It's Peter Oreziak, Home Buying Made Easy, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.